Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we really try to get under the surface of important topics. Today, we're plunging into something so basic, so fundamental, you probably don't think about it much, water. But consider this contrast. You can actually survive for weeks without food, weeks, but without water. You're looking at maybe 3 to 5 days, tops.
That's right. It's a pretty stark difference, isn't it?
It really is, and it highlights something crucial, something kind of hidden. A lot of us, maybe even you listening, are walking around mildly dehydrated, and it's subtly messing with our health, our focus, and we don't even realize it. So our mission today in this deep dive is to explore water's hidden power in your body. We want to fundamentally change how you see that simple glass of water.
Absolutely. So much more than just a thirst quencher.
Yeah.
Water is, well, it's the foundation of life as we know it.
Yeah.
Because it's everywhere all the time, it's just so easy to take its profound role for granted. We're going to peel back those layers today, show you just how deeply water is tangled up with your health, your brain power, really, your survival.
Okay, let's dive in then. The starting point, I guess, is that big number. The human body is, on average, about 60% water.
Roughly, yes.
But here's a question to think about. Is that 60% spread evenly? Like, is your toe as watery as your brain? Or is it, distributed differently?
That's a really key question. And no, it's definitely not uniform, not at all. The really amazing thing is how specific that distribution is. It tells you a lot about where water is most critical. Take your brain and heart, for example. They're surprisingly similar. Both hover around 73% water.
Wow, almost 3/4.
Yeah. And think about the work those organs do. Constant electrical signals, metabolic activity. They need that watery environment. Your lungs, even higher, about 83% water. Makes sense for gas exchange, right?
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
And get this, even your bones, which seem so dry and solid, they're still about 31% water. That water contributes to their flexibility, believe it or not. Helps prevent them from being too brittle.
I had no idea about the bones. That's fascinating.
So the big picture here is that every single thing, every breath, every thought, every little movement, it all fundamentally relies on this very specific, varied water content. Without it, things just, they don't work right, or they stop working altogether.
That level of precision is really something. It's not just general hydration. It's like custom hydration for each job. So, okay, we usually just think, drink when you're thirsty. Quench the dryness.
Right, the immediate feeling.
But it sounds like water's doing way more behind the scenes.
Right.
What are some of those really critical roles, the ones we just don't think about day to day?
You're right, we need to look way beyond just thirst. Water's got some heavy lifting jobs. Take body temperature regulation. Water is basically your internal AC.
Okay, how does that work?
It absorbs heat produced by your muscles and metabolism, and then when you get too warm, you sweat. That evaporation cools you down. Water is key to that whole process.
Right, makes sense.
Then there's its role as a shock absorber. This one's amazing. Your brain isn't just sitting in your skull. It's essentially floating in cerebrospinal fluid. And that fluid, it's over 99% water. It cushions against bumps, yes, but it also circulates nutrients and clears waste. It's dynamic.
So it's like a protective bath that also cleans up.
Exactly. And think about your joints. Water lubricates them, allows smooth movement, prevents that grinding wear and tear feeling.
Ah, so that stiffness some people feel could be related.
It certainly can be exacerbated by dehydration. Absolutely. Less lubrication means more friction.
I'm feeling better about my water bottle already.
Huh. Good. And there's more. Oxygen delivery.
How does water fit in there?
Blood plasma, the liquid part of your blood that carries the red blood cells, the oxygen carriers, is mostly water. Around 92% water. So less water means thicker blood, means harder work for your heart to pump that oxygen around. Stepping back, you realize water is involved in literally every single function at the cellular level. Transporting nutrients in, flushing waste out, enabling chemical reactions, electrical signals. It's simple. No water, no life. Period.
Okay, this is where I think it gets really interesting for everyday life, because we're talking about effects most of us probably feel, but just blame on, a bad night's sleep or stress.
Absolutely.
Those days where you just feel fuzzy, can't focus, your mood is kind of low, maybe a bit irritable.
We all have them.
Well, what I learned preparing for this is that even mild dehydration has this surprisingly quick, pretty direct impact on your brain and how well you perform.
You've nailed it. And the amount we're talking about is tiny. Just 1-2% dehydration.
That doesn't sound like much at all.
It isn't. It's the kind of level you can easily reach just by, say, working in an office for a few hours without drinking anything, or maybe a slightly warm day, or a workout you didn't quite rehydrate from. And studies clearly show that this small deficit can noticeably impair your concentration. It affects your mood, makes you feel more anxious or irritable. It can even mess with your short-term memory.
So that brain fog, that could literally just be thirst.
It very often is, or at least a major contributing factor. There's even research using brain imaging that shows temporary actual shrinkage of brain tissue with dehydration.
Whoa, shrinkage.
Yep. Makes it physically harder for your brain cells to communicate and function efficiently. No wonder focus gets difficult. And if you look at performance athletes, pilots, anyone needing sharp focus and quick reactions, optimizing hydration is absolutely non-negotiable. It directly impacts reaction time, decision-making.
Every drop counts then.
Literally, for that cognitive edge, yes.
And there was that almost quirky fact you mentioned earlier, or that I read about. Sometimes when you think you're hungry.
Ah, yes. You might actually just be thirsty.
How does that work? Why the confusion?
It happens in the hypothalamus, a part of your brain that regulates both hunger and thirst. The signals can sometimes get crossed, especially when you're mildly dehydrated. Your body sends out a signal for need something, and your brain might interpret it as hunger when it's actually thirst.
Huh. So reaching for water first before a snack might be a good idea sometimes.
It's a really good strategy, actually. Wait 15 minutes after drinking water. If you still feel hungry, then eat. But often, the water is all you needed. Prevents unnecessary snacking, too.
Okay, good practical tip there. So on that energy note, let's talk fatigue. So many people reach for coffee, energy drinks, whatever, when they hit that afternoon slump.
The caffeine fix.
Right. But there's this idea, and it sounds almost counterintuitive, that water might actually be more powerful for sustained energy than coffee. Why is that? What's the link between water and feeling tired?
It might sound counterintuitive, but physiologically, it makes perfect sense. When you're dehydrated, one of the first things that happens is your blood volume decreases. There's just less fluid overall.
Okay.
So your heart has to work harder. It has to pump faster and more forcefully to get the same amount of oxygen and nutrients delivered to your muscles and brain through that slightly thicker, lower volume blood.
So your heart is literally under more strain.
Exactly. And that extra effort, that translates directly into feelings of fatigue, sluggishness, that lack of energy. Your body is working inefficiently. Coffee or caffeine gives you that temporary artificial jolt, right? It stimulates your nervous system.
Yeah, feels like energy.
But it doesn't fix the underlying problem of low blood volume or inefficient circulation. In fact, sometimes caffeine can be slightly dehydrating itself. A glass of water, on the other hand, directly addresses the issue. It helps restore blood volume, makes it easier for your heart to do its job, allows for more efficient oxygen delivery. So often that simple glass of water provides a much more real, sustainable energy boost than the caffeine hit, because it's fixing the root physiological cause of the fatigue.
That's a massive takeaway. So many people chasing energy boosts when the simplest thing.
It's right there in the tap or bottle.
Often, yes.
But this isn't just about feeling good today or having energy this afternoon, is it? What about the long game? If we think of the body like, I don't know, a complex engine, what happens if that engine is constantly running a bit low on its essential fluid? What are the long-term consequences?
That engine analogy is a good one. Water is like the coolant, the oil, and even part of the fuel, all rolled into one for the body. And running low, consistently chronic dehydration, yeah, that can definitely lead to some serious long-term problems down the road. Like what kind of issues are we talking about?
Well, kidney stones are a big one. Pretty common, unfortunately. Without enough water flushing through your system, minerals and salts in your urine become more concentrated. They can crystallize and glump together, forming painful stones.
Ouch. So water helps keep things dissolved and flushed out.
Precisely. It's a huge preventive factor. Then there's the connection to aging.
Aging? How does water affect aging? Beyond just skin looking dry.
Well, yes. Hydrated skin cells are plumper and more elastic, which helps maintain a youthful appearance. That's true. But some research suggests it goes deeper. Chronic dehydration might impair cellular repair mechanisms throughout the body, potentially accelerating the aging process at a more fundamental level. It's an area of ongoing research, but the links are there.
Interesting. Okay, what else?
Digestive issues are very common too. Water is absolutely vital for breaking down food, for helping your gut absorb nutrients properly. And crucially, it keeps things moving. It softens stool, prevents constipation. Chronic dehydration is a major cause of chronic constipation for many people.
Right, makes sense. Everything just gets stuck.
Pretty much. It impairs nutrient absorption, leads to discomfort. So yeah, long-term effects on kidneys, possibly aging, digestion. It shows that keeping that engine properly hydrated is crucial for its longevity and smooth running.
Okay, so we've covered just how incredibly vital water is, from brain function to energy to long-term health. So what does this mean for you listening right now? How do you apply this? We've all heard that rule, right? The 8 glasses of water a day thing.
Ah, yes, the magic number.
Is that actually it? Is it that simple? One size fits all?
It's a decent starting point, a good reminder, but no. It's really a myth that everyone needs exactly 8 glasses, 64 ounces every single day. It's a classic oversimplification. Your actual hydration needs are incredibly individual. They vary massively.
Based on what?
Oh, lots of things. Your age, for one. Your activity level. Obviously, someone running marathon needs way more than someone sitting at a desk. Your diet plays a role. What you eat. Certain medications can affect fluid balance, and definitely climate, hot weather, humidity, even high altitude increases your needs.
Okay, so it's much more personal than a simple rule.
Exactly. And another thing to remember, it's not just about drinking plain water.
Right, you get water from other things.
Absolutely. Many foods have high water content. Think watermelon, cucumber, strawberries, oranges, even things like soup or yogurt. They all contribute significantly to your total daily fluid intake.
So it's about the total picture, not just glasses of water counted.
Precisely. Total fluid intake from all sources.
So if we ditch the 8 glasses rule as a strict mandate, how do we know if we're getting enough? How can you tune into your own body's signals?
That's the best approach, really. Learn to listen to your body. It usually gives you pretty clear signs when it needs more fluid. Thirst is the obvious one, of course.
Yeah.
Though sometimes you can be dehydrated before you feel thirsty, especially older adults or during intense exercise.
Okay, so thirst is a cue, but maybe not the earliest one always.
Correct. Look for other things too. Dry lips, dry mouth. Those are early signs. Feeling unusually tired or lethargic when there's no other obvious reason, that could definitely be dehydration creeping in.
The energy connection again.
Yep. And maybe the most reliable, easy-to-check indicator, the color of your urine.
Ah, the pee test.
Yeah, basically. If your urine is consistently pale yellow or straw-colored, you're likely well hydrated. If it's consistently dark yellow or amber-colored, well, that's a strong signal from your body saying, hey, more water, please.
Simple visual feedback.
Very effective. By paying attention to these signals, thirst, dryness, fatigue, urine color, you can get a much better sense of your personal needs than by just rigidly counting glasses.
This deep dive has really uncovered just how much is going on with water inside us. It's not passive. It's actively involved in everything, from the tiniest cell function to how sharp your brain feels, your energy levels, how well your body runs long term.
It's truly pervasive.
It really makes you stop and think about that simple act of drinking water completely differently, doesn't it?
It absolutely should.
Yeah.
When you grasp how fundamental it is, it stops being just a beverage. It feels more significant. Think about it. From the second you wake up until you go to sleep, every single heartbeat, every nerve firing, every breath you take, every thought you have, it all depends on water being there, doing its job. It's not just about avoiding thirst. It's literally about sustaining the processes of life itself, moment by moment. So here's a thought to leave you with. The next time you pick up a glass of water, just pause for a moment, look at it. What does it really mean to hold the very essence of your own life? The medium for every process, keeping you alive and thinking and feeling right there in your hand. What difference will knowing that make to you?